Every society has a specific set of customs, ideas, or certain sets of arts and or items that makes them unique, including their language. And today, civilization has done a lot of restructuring to what we call culture. And just like the saying that there is no good without a bad, and you know, as much as there is an advantage of a particular thing, it comes with its own disadvantages. Disadvantages. My question now is, should civilization makes us lose our identity, our heritage? Should civilization stop us from embracing who we are as a society, a country, as a set of people? Should we lose ourselves to civilization? There is something that there cannot be civilization without culture. And I understand that civilization is its natural and necessary extension because it allows to replicate cultural patterns and to create conditions for further creation in the form of stabilization of social relation for future generations. There is a lot of impact of civilization on our culture, the positive and the negative impact. Now, let me use my country as a case study, Nigeria. Nigeria is a country of various tribes, various ethnicity with different languages, and we have English as an official language. But as much as we have a lot of culture in Nigeria, it baffles me that we are gradually losing those cultures. We are gradually losing ourselves to civilization. So why should I, as a Nigerian, be intimidated because I can't speak like a British? We are not, I am not a British woman. I'm an African. And we are always saying, I'm African, I'm proud, I'm black, I'm proud. But are we truly proud of who we are? Are we truly proud of ourselves? If we are truly proud of ourselves, what about our language, our native dialect, our native language? How many of us today would want their children to speak their native language? If not that, they will tell their children, no, don't speak vernacular. There was a video I saw online, like two videos. One was trying to, imitate the British accent. And it was funny that it shows that you are being fake. Now, in that video, this lady claims that she does not know how to speak her native language, which is she mentioned Yoruba. And no, I can't speak this particular language. And the one that you are trying to imitate, that you are sure that you know how to speak very well. The other video, she was equally ranting that, she was feeling intimidated because of her accent. And not like she was born over there. She was raised in her home country, Nigeria, and she left to further her academics in probably the UK, and now she's trying to communicate, and um, one of their citizens was not understanding your accent. Why should you feel intimidated? And she was like, "Oh, I feel intimidated because yeah, my parents spent a lot of money on me to take me to good schools. Girl, you speak so far. You know how to speak. Yeah. So far, you know that I understand this language and I can communicate in this language. The accent does not matter. It's just like we are expecting a British person to come to Nigeria who was not raised in Nigeria, to who has been learning one of our languages, it's like Yoruba, is learning Yoruba, and you expect them to sound just like you. That is your own, that your accent, like that is your own tongue, like it's already part of you. So uh why should a British person feel intimidated because they cannot speak just like you speak? They cannot speak my dialect as I will speak my dialect. It's the same way. Why should you be intimidated? Why should it baffles me a lot these days that you see people saying they cannot speak their dialects, they can't speak in their native language, or parents telling their children not to speak in their dialects. Because why? Because you feel your dialect is inferior to some other language. No, we should be proud of who we are because our language gives us an identity. It makes us us. And without our identity, who are we? Like, that means you are nobody. Without your identity, what are you? Where do you stand? Because even the other language, like, okay, the English that we all speak, don't like we even know how to speak this English, like the owners of the English. So, and now you are claiming you don't know how to speak your own language. So what do you know? What do you know how to do if you cannot speak your own dialect? So I would say that we should encourage our children and, our children and this generation that the one coming behind to be proud and embrace their indigenous cultures. Because without our culture, especially in the developed countries, you have no identity. And without an identity, you are a nobody. And you will be treated as such. So, even children born abroad should be multilingual, I think. Just like other foreigners, the Chinese, the Indians. Like, they teaches their children their native language. So their linguistic skills improves as they grow. So we can teach our children as well. And not just the children abroad, even the children raised in Nigeria. I mean, some of them can't speak their dialects. At the end of the day, you are not good at this, you are not good at that. Then we are losing ourselves, we are losing our identity. So let's embrace our culture, our indigenous culture. That is our identity. Our language is our identity.